Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Dandelion Cottage and Marvelous Monday. I'm Leslie Watkins. I hope everybody's well. Today I'm going to finish up this little queen bee portfolio that I started working on Saturday. So I'm going to show you how that's coming along. To make this, I've been using the Queen Bee bundle, which has a stamp set that looks like this. And if you get the bundle, it has 15 additional dies that are really very nice. There's some very special dies in here. I've also gone back to the annual catalog and I've pulled out Honeybee Home, which I think coordinates really nicely with this set, so I've used a couple of things from there. And I'm using some of the flowers from Petal Park, which is a stamp set that comes with a punch as a bundle. And with this one, I've made these beautiful vellum gold embossed flowers, so we've used some of those as well. And actually I had some left in my stash that I could pull out and just use right away. So since I last saw you, I've gone ahead and I've glued everything down. Let me zoom you in a little bit so you can see better. Whoa, too much. My goodness. Here we go. So I have the So Saffron base that I used as a mat, and then I've got some of the distressed gold paper on that, which let me get a pointer here. The distressed gold paper that I stitched down with the gold metallic thread on my sewing machine. And then here is that Hive 3D folder, and I just want to pull that out for a second to show you. I was trying to reach backwards and grab it. So this is the Hive 3D embossing folder. I used this to make this beautiful embossed background, okay? And both this and the Essential Tab Punch, which looks like this, are both available for free during SALE-a-bration. And these are two really wonderful items that you will want to have in your toolbox and hang on to them. I'm going to be using the tab punch in just a little while, but I want to remind you that SALE-a-bration is only going until February 28th, and that's tomorrow. So you've got today and tomorrow to take advantage of this. And I'm going to post all the information in a link below after I finish the video today. But tomorrow is also the end of that joining special if you're interested in joining my design team and taking advantage of all those free classes and the 20% discount on future purchases for paper crafting supplies. So less than 48 hours. Okay, so then here I have the Queen Bee, and she is inked with the soft suede ink. I die cut her out, I sponged the edges, I added some vellum wings, and then if I zoom you in, you can see that I added this little heart on her back, which is one of the tiny dies that comes with the die set. So very sweet. And then a combination of the vellum and the excuse me, distressed gold papers to make these little leafy designs here, and that's that wonderful die that I like so much with the Queen Bee set. And these really cute little flowers are doubled up using also the dies from the Queen Bee set, and these have a little embossed feature, so there's a little bit of a kind of pleats and ruffles in the flowers, so they're extra cute. Also, this book plate was part of the Queen Bee die set, and what I did here was I just layered up the vellum on top of the distressed gold paper, glued it down. I had already heat embossed the queen on the vellum and just added these little metallic pearls to make it look like a book plate. And these are the champagne rhinestones. So that's what I did to the cover. I added a little charm, okay? Once I had assembled all this, I could then glue it onto the front cover, and then on the back, I added some embossing. I'm going to zoom you out a little bit. So this is a combination of the Honeybee Home and the Queen Bee set. So here, these decorative borders come from the Queen Bee, and then I've added a couple of bees that are actually from the Honeybee Home set. And I just wanted to keep that flat without a lot of bulk so it wouldn't catch on anything. Today we're going to work on the inside. So if I just open up the portfolio like so, you can see I've added a couple of pockets to the inside, and I did the same sort of treatment as I did to the cover, where I took the embossed texture and glued that onto the cardstock, and then I just stitched that down and then added my embellishments. Today I'm going to show, oh, and then there's also a big pocket in the back here where I've got these things tucked, and then this forms a little pocket, and in here I've got a little journal card, and I'm going to show you how I made that today. Alright, and so this includes the essential tab punch, which I've glued and stitched onto the top of the card, and I've just added a little bit of stamping here. So I'm just going to slip this in, and let's measure. So this card measures 4 3/4 by 3 1/4. So I've got a scrap of the So Saffron here. So I'm just gonna, this already is 3 1/4. So I'm just gonna trim this down to 4 3/4. Like so. And then I'm going to use my essential tag punch. I'm just going to punch out a tag. So there we go. And I also want to remind you that I used the same punch to create this little thumb notch here, this decorative thumb notch. Okay, and so not only can you punch out a tag with this punch and also use the reverse image for a thumb notch, but I also discovered that you can use these rounded corners to round off the corners of your card. So you can just tuck your card in like so and go around, and very quickly I messed that one up. Let's do a little bit better job here. It's a little bit hard for me to get my head over it and show you in the camera, so I was a little bit off, but you'll do a better job than I'm doing here. But there you see how quickly you can have some rounded corners on your card. Now the next thing, I want to decorate my card with a little bit of stamping. So I've got some things mounted up here. I'm using the soft suede ink. I'm going to get my stamp pad out. Oops. There we go. And I'll take my big queen bee, and I'm just going to do a partial. So I'm going to have her coming in from the corner like so. And then I'm going to take this this type stamp, and I'm going to put a little bit of that over in this corner. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and come in like so. Just a little bit along the edges, just to sort of pull that all together. Okay, and then on my tab, I'm going to take this little bee, make sure I've got this with, so that she's right side up, and I'm just going to put her in the tippy top. So that's my stamping done, and now I'm just going to glue this to the back like so. Come on, glue. There you go. That's centered on there. And I'm just looking at my other tab. I might have to lose a little bit of my bee to get that equal to the other one. Get it straight. Okay, and then now I'm going to take my card and I'm just going to stitch it. So I'm going to mute you for a second so I can stitch this. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So I've got that stitched on there. I'm just going to tie off these threads. I can grab them. This is something you should never try to do on camera because it's so fussy, but I got it. Give those a snip. So there are my two cards. Okay, now you can use these to attach a photo, add a special message, attach a gift card, whatever it is that you're going to be using your portfolio for. I'm just going to tuck these in. There you go. Now in here I just have a little envelope with scraps. I've got some extra bees and flowers and things like that, so I'm just temporarily popping that in there. I can take this extra tag and put that in there, and I've got a little bit left of my beautiful embossed vellum. So there you have it. There is a cute and handy little portfolio. What I may decide to take my glossy accents, is that what it's called? Hold on, let me just check the name. No, Shimmery Crystal Effects. So this is that, that enamel-like stuff that you can put on, let it dry overnight, and it'll create a nice shiny spot here. So I think I'm going to do that to my flower and my bee. And that's it. That's what I've got to share with you today. So I hope that gave you some ideas. I hope you enjoyed it. I love making these little portfolios, and they're really nice if you wanted to present somebody with a set of gift cards, for instance. You could probably put 2 or 3 cards with envelopes on each side and present that to somebody as a birthday gift, or maybe a little thank you gift. So thank you so much for joining with me today. I will be back on Wednesday for Watercolor Wednesday at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time, and then I'll be back again on Saturday for Paper Crafting Saturday, also at 12 noon. So stay well, stay happy, stay creative, and I will see you next time.